All right, guys, so in this video, I wanted to talk about when you're buying land, how do you not get scammed? Or what are the three things that you want to look out for? So the three things in my books is going to be access, and it's going to be verifying ownership records, and also like taxes and your liabilities when you're buying. So the first thing is, let's start with ownership records. So when you're buying a piece of land, if you want to know, like, okay, this person that I'm buying it from, how do I know that they're the owner? The way you want to do this is you go on the county, wherever the property is located, you pull up the property records and you put in your parcel number. So the parcel number is what identifies that piece of land that you're looking to purchase. All you have to do is you put that parcel number into the county property record search, which you can easily find online. So let's say you're buying it in Mojave County, Arizona. You can go on Google, type in Mojave County property record search, and then you'll see the county website. And then you just put in your APN number. And it'll show you who the owner is, when's the last time they paid taxes, and all the good stuff. So that's one way you can do it. The other easiest thing, if you're not the best with the computer, is you are going to go on Google again and type in Mojave County Arizona property assessor. And then you're going to see the Google listing where it shows them the phone number. So you can call the county assessor. It's going to be your best bet, or sometimes even the treasurer or the real estate department. And you call them and say, hey, I'm looking to purchase this parcel, and I just want to check who the owner is to make sure I'm buying it from the actual owner. So then you give them the APN number. It's super easy. You just call and ask, and they're more than willing to help you. So you give them the APN. They'll tell you who the owner is. You can ask any other questions you have. And most of the times, this is a free resource that is super underutilized. So definitely use it to your benefit. That's what I would recommend, is calling the county and asking them. So verify your ownership is the first thing you want to do. The next thing is going to be access. So access, meaning you're buying this 5-acre or 1-acre or 10-acre parcel, but the two things you're going to want to check is, first is if it's important to you, which I'm assuming it is you want to be able to easily get to your property. So let's say you have an SUV and you want to drive your SUV or car to your property on the weekends. You want to make sure that you can get to it. And how you can do that is you verify that the road exists going to your property. And the easiest way is you just go on the county GIS again. So let's say it's in Mojave County, Arizona. You plug in your parcel number and you see if there's a road going to it. So that's the first thing. And even if there is a road going to it, you have to second, unless it's like a paved road, or if it's like an established road, you should be fine. But you also want to make sure that the condition of the road is good. So for example, if you don't have like a 4x4 or a very capable vehicle, sometimes if it's, let's say, on a dirt road or a gravel road, or if the road's like super beat up, you want to make sure that you can get to the property, unless you know that you have some other plan, like you're going to take your ATV or walk into your property and park somewhere else, or whatever the story is. Access is super important. And so physical access is meaning you can actually physically get to the property, and legal access meaning the property you're buying, it isn't like surrounded by all these other properties so that you have to trespass to get to your land. So make sure there's a road going to it, or there's a legal recorded easement, which in simple terms means that you have permission, if there's no road going to it, that you can go through someone else's property. And that usually conveys with the property. So always ask that question to whoever you're buying it from, realtor, the owner, whoever it is. So yeah, access, So access, make sure there's physical access and there's legal access, because that's an important thing to check. And then the last thing is know what your taxes are. So like if you are buying this piece of land, you are going to have to pay taxes on it every year. And make sure that when you're buying it, you know if the property is in a homeowners association or a property owners association, If there are, what are the dues? How much do I have to pay every year? And are you okay with that? And also, what are the taxes? And the good thing with land is usually the taxes aren't that extreme. You know, we pay taxes on properties when the stuff we buy, where it's like $10 a year, all the way up to $500 to $1,000 a year. So you have to make sure that you're okay with that on the property that you're buying. And you can find this out by, again, calling your county real estate, wherever real estate department, or the treasurer or the assessor, and they'll help you get that information. So those are the three things you should look out for when you're buying land. If you have any questions,